Holy crap, that helicopter was flying really low here, what the heck? Some nice fall colors in certain places. I was actually really happy how some of those shots turned out. I was actually thinking too, because last year there's a place where there's a lot of like leaves and stuff. It looks actually kind of cool, but I couldn't fly there because it was a controlled airspace, whereas now I can. So maybe I'll try that this year if I have time. Yesterday, those travel vloggers that went to Iran and flew a drone have been released from prison. There was this tweet here, I guess it's from the Prime Minister of Australia. It says, "Great to have Jolie and Mark home. Thanks to the whole team involved in bringing them home." And then it links to this article. It says, Australian couple released from Iran detention, Jolie King and Mark Firkin, back in Australia in good health. In a statement released through DFAT, the couple said they were extremely happy and relieved to be safely back in Australia with those we love. The Perth couple had been detained for several months after being arrested for reportedly flying a drone without a permit. They had been traveling around the world since 2017 and documenting their adventures online. And as it says here, it says all charges against them have now been dropped. While the past few months have been very difficult, we know it has also been tough for those back home who have been worried for us, they said. We are grateful for the efforts of the Australian government in helping to secure our release, and we thank our family and friends for their love and support. And with that said, it sounds like they don't want the public spotlight at the moment. It says, while we understand the intense public interest, we do not wish to comment further at this time and request the media let us and our families get back to our normal lives. And according to this too, they said there's actually people still there who are held, I guess, prisoners. It says, we know there are others who remain in detention in Iran, including a fellow Australian, and we believe intense media coverage may not be helpful for the efforts to bring them home. Makes me wonder if it's a completely different incident, so to speak, or was it people flying drones as well? And what was interesting was, obviously they went through the legal system there, she was prosecuted and all that, and she has a record, but in Australia, they won't even, I guess, bother, like to consider that a crime and where they are. It says she has been detained for some considerable time and has faced the Iranian legal system and has been convicted and sentenced, she said, adding that Australia doesn't accept the charges against her. That's kind of interesting. Is it just due to, I guess, between the two countries not wanting to recognize each other in that way? Or is it more about just the crime itself, so to speak? They think it's ridiculous, so they won't even consider it. It says here too, in a travel advisory for Iran, Australia warns of a risk of foreigners being arbitrarily detained or arrested in the nation. So that's good that they're home and all that. On the bright side, I guess they'll have a story to tell now. But after going through an experience like that, I can't imagine being arrested and all that just for flying a drone and capturing footage. Wonder if it makes them super paranoid now to basically keep updated with all regulations and stuff in every place that they go to. I suppose if you're traveling around the world and wanting aerial views, maybe you should just bring a balloon and an action camera or something like that just to be safe. Although it kind of reminds me of the story I read here talking about being arbitrarily detained or something. Apparently here a lot of Canadians are getting, I guess, turned away in the US for, like, you could say no real reason. Like it says here, Saskatchewan man barred from US for 5 years after trying to volunteer at festival. And as it says here, it says Kyle Kuchirka, an actor and recent graduate of the University of Saskatchewan's drama department, said he tried to cross the US border between Abbotsford, BC and Sumas, Washington on August 29th. Kuchirka, who is also a set designer, said he was on his way to volunteer his skill to the Shebang Art Festival near Bellingham, Washington, but he was questioned at the border by an agent who then directed him to a side room inside a large customs building. After more than 4 hours of questioning, he said he was handed a document informing him he was prohibited from entering the US for 5 years, saying, quote, "You do not have work authorization," the document stated. "Any answers I gave them wasn't enough," Kuchirka said in an interview Monday. "I'm terrified of what the state is doing with their power." And it states too, apparently it'll cost him about $3,000 to contest it, so basically that's not something that he can afford to do. And apparently this is happening to a lot of Canadians for whatever reason. It makes me wonder why, like in recent times. Actually, funny enough, the last time I crossed the US, they actually asked me so many questions about work-related stuff, like, are you going there for work and this and this? I'm like, no, I'm just going here for this event, that's it, I'm coming back. But then they kind of repeat it again and again, and they even trick question you. I remember I was going down to California, And basically it's a city there, and afterwards the guy, I guess the, whatever you want to say, the custom guy or something like that, they want to confirm where you're going. You're like, oh, so you're going to Florida. My mind's like, Florida? California? I think he was trying to trick me in case I was lying about where I was going and all that. But I guess in general, you gotta be careful in every single way, I guess, if you're traveling to different countries. Just everyone's super paranoid nowadays, huh? Alright, see you guys later.